Jerry, you talk about saving high energy costs globally, working on a 10 to 1 energy saver project. Is this what the donations will be going towards to help people be able to purchase these manufactured units that you'll make available to everyone in the world?
Yes. A lot of times people wonder what they're donating to. They give money to so many causes, cancer research, so many things, and often, there's no inkling of where the money actually goes or what it's intended or is actually used for. The 10 to 1 Energy Saver Project, this is a major public disclosure that we're making at this time. This project has never been brought to the attention of anyone in the world, so we're doing the first press release on this as we speak, and I'm wearing my marketing sales hat right now.
Well, good for you, because I'm wearing mine too.
And what people have to understand is that a lot of these projects are in the early stages. Can I talk for a few minutes about the 10 to 1 project, because it's really something I'm very excited about?
Absolutely. I'd like everyone to fully understand that this 10 to 1 project is for not just the rich and the elite. This is for everyone in the world who has a need for the freedom that your technology will create.
Well, I'm going to give this a few minutes, if I may, and I may bounce around a little bit here, Steve, so if you have to stop me, ask questions or whatever, but there's a lot to this that I'd like to just go on about for a few minutes.
Absolutely, Jerry. Go right ahead.
All right, well, for one thing, what a lot of people are going to want to know is, does the gadget have moving parts or is it solid state? The particular one in question is solid state. My previous funder, Doug Truxell in Hawaii, software millionaire from Serena Corporation, retired, funded us to come up with something like this. And in the course of 3 years, we failed to do that. And it was sad that he lost interest in helping me to continue forward, which I have continued to do for the years since I left that project in Hawaii. And the good news for people like Doug and anyone who would want to either donate or bring these projects forward is that, we actually did succeed. We did come up with a significant, commercially viable, practical, affordable gadget. And the bombshell news I have for the world and everybody listening is that, are you ready for this, Steve? This is really bombshell news.
That's why I've got you on, Jerry. Let him have it.
What people run around and say is, oh, the guy's speculating. Oh, it's just his theories, or oh, he's just got it, on a computer CAD program or something. The bombshell is the 10 to 1. There has been a couple units built, and they actually work.
Now, these units, what kind of price tag would we be talking about?
Again, what we have to get the listeners, prospective investors, donors here to realize is that the price of anything comes down when you put it into production. In these onesie, twosie, 5, 10 things that we do in our R&D labs to develop them, the prices tend to be high. For instance, a 5 kilowatt home unit that we have been working on, is probably, set us back many thousands of dollars in actual cost because of the onesie, twosie thing. In production, though, the people out there, when the personal computer first came out, Steve, Apple, 1, 2, what have you, it was a $2,000, $3,000 item, and this was $79, $80, $81. So, we expect, a 5 kilowatt unit to be in the 2 to 5K price, and that saves people, roughly, the goal is 10 times on their electric bill, which is a significant savings.
So now they'll save this money. So will there still be an electrical company they have to pay this bill to? Or will the unit, once they purchase the unit, Will they realize the saving as amortization over a 10, 20-year period?
Well, let's deal with it. Let's just say I wander down to Home Depot or Walmart and I buy my 10-to-1 energy saver. As soon as I take it home and plug it in, my savings start immediately because the meter outside will start to register 10 times less power than it did before I plugged in my unit. The units are savers. Let me be clear about this. They're designed to save people on their electric power bill. Notice it said electric power bill. I didn't say gas. I said electric.
Well, what's interesting is that when the meter readers come, because usually they have an average winter, summer, high usage and normal usage. When a meter reader would come to see these unbelievable 10-to-1 reductions, that would be cause for concern. Like, what's happening? Is this person actually now stealing the electricity? How are they running, their house on a minimal amount of electrical consumption?
Well, the goal of the project is, you kind of heard me say, I snuck something in there, Steve, that I'm surprised you didn't react to. I said, as you waltz down to Home Depot or Walmart to get one of your 10-to-1 savers, well, you can imagine the amount of PR and press by the time you're able to do that. There won't be any question in anybody's mind why anybody is saving on their bill.
So the goal would be, Jerry's mission would be to be able to get these units in places like Walmart or large chain stores who would be able to be the distributors of these products throughout the United States and the world.
Well, you currently go down, you buy a water heater, you buy an air conditioner, that's what we do. We go down to the heating and air conditioning guy. We get a whole entire home heating system. These things cost thousands of dollars. At least they still do.
Now, right now, Jerry, because what you're speaking of will tremendously change America in the fact that we have high inflation, we have energy skyrocketing costs that just are going through the roof, and I think the time has come for this. But I also see an obstacle course, things like suppression, people trying to create what I see a negative spin on just about everything that someone has about nuances that are coming down the pike in order to stop them from being able to deliver it to the consumer. So what is it that you see how you're going to rise above these challenges that have been presented?
Well, again, these challenges are things from the past, and as we know, the dinosaurs are from the past, and they died out. And basically, what the message in my book is, and the message I tell people any chance I get, is that our dinosaur politicians and our dinosaur power companies are simply going to be things of the past. The personal computer revolution, changed the way we all deal with information, helped create the internet revolution. The mail system is sort of a dinosaur from the past. We still use it. It's still there. I think time has shown us that innovation and technology, even though it may be suppressed from time to time, as it always has been, when its time has come, its time has come, and I think anybody who has anything left between their ears knows that the time is now for these marvelous, incredible new or advanced energy systems to be, come into our homes and our cars and all around us.
Now, I notice in your book you talk about a gentleman, I believe it's Tremblay, who tried to bring this to the American people and approached President George Herbert Walker Bush with it. And not long after that, the man was found dead. Is that correct?
That's a very interesting story, and that is a bombshell, a public disclosure there of really amazing proportions. What happened and does happen in the early days is a lot of the inventors went to various rich people to get them to invest in their companies. And of course, these folks would lend an ear and stuff, and then they would spike the food with deadly poison for the wonderful free energy inventor. In the book, I really tell quite a little yarn there, which, by the way, is a true story.
Well, that's
about
why
how Adam
I bring it up here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
About how Adam was poisoned and killed. He had an out-of-body experience, what people call a near-death experience. He hovered over the wealthy elitists sitting at their dinner table and was literally listening to them and their commentary about what they had done to him. He was so enraged, so outraged by what he heard and saw that by whatever divine decree or divine powers there are, of whatever anyone cares to believe about any of that, the man somehow returned to life and confronted his murderers, these wealthy elitists whose vested interests have been designed to keep all of this wonderful technology from the people of the world. And this story has been extremely private. This is one of the little goodies you get in my book that simply have just never been published anywhere, and in fact would be completely unknown if I hadn't told it. As to the event with the Bush administration, as to them taking their invention to Washington, D.C., to show Congress, so forth and so on, in the early days, yes. So you're opening a political Pandora's box there about how even presidents use their power to suppress these inventions. All the political people are sort of hand in hand, fist in cuff, involved in keeping their revenues from the oil companies so that they can continue the status quo and the vested interests.
Well, it's important that I believe that you share that. This is a great book for those that are listening. Buy this book, Free Energy 101, at freeenergy101.webs.com. I can tell you by what I've gotten out of it that I am optimistic as we go forward for the future, Jerry, because you've had the courage and the wherewithal to tell it like it is in a very easy-to-read format. And I am excited that you're here today to share all the things that you've discovered along the way as an inventor and as a scientist.
Well, I appreciate that, Steve. I appreciate the opportunity to talk to people. My story, I think you and I both agree, needs to get out. People need to hear it. They need to read about it. These are things that, again, I was so inspired to put out because of what they've done for me. My personal experiences with these things is really, I'm putting my life on the table. I'm opening the book, opening the door as to who I am and how I got to where I am with that book. You could almost call it an autobiography if you would. But I was hoping to talk a little bit more about the 10-to-1 project, though, if you feel like we can give that some more time.
We've got as much time as you like.